Yes, please. No, but what I was saying is,
Thank you.